Hey guys, I just wanted to pop online and share a little video with you because there's been something that's really been on my mind and on my heart the last few days. There's been a lot of devastating loss lately. And overall, for most, not all, but a lot of people, will say 2020 has been a year of loss and a year of grieving. And I'm coming from a perspective of grieving in terms of the loss of my parents. And there's a couple of things that, from my perspective, I'd like to share with you. Because if you're not grieving, or even if you're somebody who is, I hope there might be a little nugget here of something that might be able to help you help those around you. And I don't want to keep you too long, but there's a couple of thoughts that have been just playing on my mind, and I feel compelled to do this little video and talk about it. Because with the holidays coming up, we're taught that the holidays are all about family and all about sharing and time spent together. And a lot of people this year, because of COVID, are feeling that loss. But a large portion of the population is also grieving someone that they love. And one of the greatest myths, I think, around grief is that everyone says the first year is the worst. I'm going to tell you that's bullshit. I know in my case, my mom died Christmas Eve. It'll be 2 years now, so it was 2018. She passed away on Christmas Eve. Christmas was a blur. I don't remember opening a gift. I don't remember my kids opening gifts. I have vague memories of the funeral. I can't even tell you who was there and who wasn't for the most part. 6 months later, my dad died. So mom's first Christmas was also dad's first Christmas. So that wasn't the worst in terms of the loss of my mother, because I was still numb from the loss of my father. Reality is, if it wasn't for COVID and the forced stop of the quarantine, I'd probably still be numb, because there's so many hoops to jump through, and there's so much red tape, and there's so much to do after a death that there is no time to process. And society tells us bereavement leave is this many days, and by then you're over it and you should be back to work and you should be doing your thing. So what do? We stuff it down. We put it away, we pack it away, we'll deal with that someday. And sometimes it's a conscious choice, and sometimes it's just the way the nervous system functions. In my choice, I wanted to be able to grieve over Christmas holidays or over summer holidays, but it just didn't come. And that was just my body's way of protecting me. It wasn't a conscious choice. It's just the way it was. So this business of the first year, we always anticipate that, and we have a lot of fear around the first birthday and the first Mother's Day or Father's Day or Christmas or whatever. But it's really not true, because for most, if not all, I won't say all, but a lot of people, you're numb for so long after a loss that you don't process until year 2, 3, 5, 10. And anybody who's been through loss knows that it just comes in waves. It comes and it goes, and it comes when you least expect it. So if you have somebody in your life who's had a loss, times like Christmas, it brings it all up again. It makes it all fresh. It makes it brand new. And it hurts just as much as in the beginning. So how can you help that person in your life? Don't just say, let me know if there's something I can do, because they won't. Because they don't know what you can do. In all honesty, let me know how I can help is not, I know it comes from a good place, but it's not really helpful. You can acknowledge their loss. Tell them, I can see that you're sad. I see that you miss whoever. But probably the best thing you can do for them is to allow them to feel, and for you to sit in your own discomfort. Because as somebody who's grieving, we tend to spend a lot of our time worrying about making other people uncomfortable. So we stuff it down with distraction or with food or whatever the case may be. We keep it in because we don't want to make anyone else uncomfortable. And again, it's not always a conscious choice. It's what we're conditioned by society to believe. That it's important to not make anyone else uncomfortable. So if you have someone in your life that you love and you really want to help, sit in your own discomfort and allow them to grieve with you. Ask them about their dead person. If they don't want to talk about it, they'll tell you. But sometimes we think that people forget them. After the first year, oh, it's all dead and gone and over, pardon the pun. And they're fine again. That's not how it works. Okay? So now I would actually like to challenge you to look at what you believe to be true about grief and grieving. And I challenge you to reach out to the people who you know might be struggling. Everyone says it's okay to not be okay, but it's not really. It's not. We don't want to make anyone else feel bad. We don't want to bring anybody else down. But if you have somebody who's lost a parent or a sibling, or God forbid, a child, ask them about their favorite memories about that person. Ask them what they miss the most. And they might cry. They might get upset. And it might make you uncomfortable. But you know what? They feel just as bad, if not worse. So the greatest gift that you can give to that person is to sit in your own discomfort and allow them the space to talk and to share, or just to cry. It's okay, and let them know that you're okay being uncomfortable. It's okay. It won't kill you. That's how people who are struggling need help. They need to know it's okay to struggle, and not have it just be a platitude or a nice Facebook meme, or a nice book or blog title. It really is okay to not be okay. It really is, but society says one thing and does the other. So be a part of that change that challenges these old beliefs about grief. The first of everything is not the worst. Someone said to me a little while ago that they found the second Christmas that their dad was gone was the worst. And at the time, my mother was actually dying. So I didn't disbelieve them, not by any means. But it's one of those things that we're just taught that this is the way it is. And the reality is that's not the truth. So I challenge you to challenge those beliefs. I challenge you to reach out to the people who you know are grieving a loss or are struggling through the holidays. And I challenge you to be uncomfortable and let them feel their feelings in a safe space. Because not everybody has that. And that's what we need more than any other gift during the holidays. I wish you a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, whatever it is you celebrate, if you celebrate, and if nothing at all, I wish you a good day. Thank you for listening. Bless you.